high five อีก会話
Oh, okay.
That is rude.
I believe, okay, once again,
Mm.
a lot of people do find that somewhat of a rude question. The reason for, well, there's a couple reasons for this. One is people give more respect to people who earn more money. That's why things like doctors or lawyers are treated as higher tier jobs than working at a convenience store. So you don't want to especially if you don't make a lot of money, you don't want to tell people oh, I don't make a lot of money, so you shouldn't respect me. On the other hand, if you do make a lot of money, you don't necessarily want people to just try to be friends with you because they know you have a lot of money.
So sad.
The other reason why it's considered rude is because businesses have spent years telling their employees that it's rude to talk about your salary. Now, the reason for this is because sometimes the company isn't paying people the same. If I'm doing this job and I'm making this much money, and my coworker is doing the same job and he's making this much money, they don't want us to talk about how much money we make. Because then this guy will be like, hey, I want to make that much money. Bring me up to here or I'm going to look for another job.
Oh no.
So now personally, I think it's fine to talk about how much you make. In fact, your employer legally can't stop you from talking about your pay to other employees in America. Other countries might be different, but if your boss ever tells you you can't talk to the other workers about your salary, they're lying. You can, and it's illegal for them to stop you.
Oh, okay.
In fact, if they tell you that you're not allowed to talk about it, you should definitely talk about it because they're probably doing something shady.
Shady. Oh, okay. So if you talk about the money, it's okay. No. If you ask other industry, so is it okay to talk about how much you make?
Once again, I think it's fine. However, it comes into that question of how much respect should you give me? By keeping it secret, people have to judge you more based off of who you are rather than how much you make. So a lot of people may not want to talk about that.
Yeah.
Now, I personally don't think it hurts to ask. Worst case scenario, they'll say, I don't feel comfortable about talking about that. So yeah, you can it's more likely to be seen as rude if you just say, how much money do you make? But if you say something like, what do you do for a job? And they're like, oh, I'm a librarian. And you go, oh, librarian. What what's the pay like for that? And they can say not as much as I like. Like they won't say like, oh, I make $30,000 a year, you know. They won't say something like that, but they'll be like, it's enough to get by. Like, or like, oh, yeah, I make a lot of money, you know, or like, they'll give you like a range, like, but they won't like necessarily give you a number. Although other people might just give you a number. They might, most people, if they get paid by the hour, and so they'll probably tell you what their hourly pay is. And but like where you live also has a big effect on your pay.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yeah, because like for example, I live in a small town in Oklahoma, in the middle of nowhere. So the amount of pay we get here is different from me doing the same job in like
Oh,
a
yeah,
big
right.
city like Los Angeles or New York.
Oh, okay.